Rarely has a British Prime Minister inherited such a challenging set of circumstances, and Rishi Sunak, I think, would have known that today wasn't a day for celebration, in part because it's been his own Conservative Party that's been running the country for the past 12 years. But he did have his moment at Buckingham Palace a little earlier with the King when he was formally asked to form a government and appointed as the Prime Minister. And of course it was the Queen with Liz Truss just 7 weeks ago doing the same thing. Hard to believe it was that time frame given how much has changed. Later on we saw the Prime Minister come here to Number 10 with a pretty grim face, speaking about the challenges ahead. He said that this was a profound economic crisis that people were facing with rising inflation over 10%, people struggling to heat their homes. So he knows he needs to keep supporting households, but at the same time he knows he needs to assure financial markets that he can actually pay for the promises that his government is making. So that could mean tax rises and cuts to public spending. Of course, it was Liz Truss's own unfunded tax cuts which ultimately cost her premiership. And Rishi Sunak told the press here earlier that he's already beginning fixing those mistakes.
She was not wrong to want to improve growth in this country. It is a noble aim. And I admired her restlessness to create change. But some mistakes were made. Not born of ill will or bad intentions. Quite the opposite, in fact. But mistakes nonetheless.
And Liz Truss has now left Number 10 Downing Street. Earlier today, she walked through that famous door with her family for the last time. In her departing speech, she said that she remains more convinced than ever that the country needs to be bold. And really, she used that speech to justify many of her actions as the Prime Minister. Now, some of Liz Truss's supporters have been allowed to stay in Rishi Sunak's new cabinet. Others have been dumped. But the new Prime Minister knows he does need to unite the Conservative Party. And really, MPs know they have little choice but to get behind him now. The public has just taken such a dim view of all the chopping and changing here at Number 10 that many Conservative MPs know they wouldn't have a job if an election were to be held anytime soon.
Nick Dole in London, thank you.